The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Former, but I guess technically still current Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers gave an interview with TMZ yesterday. He addressed his future, his first public comments since the Jets said, see you later. We'll talk about that and the latest on the Jets ahead of the NFL Combine. Boy Green joins us in his weekly spot on the show, which starts right now. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby.
I wanted this job. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. And I'm ready for it. It's all about the Jets. This is bigger than me. I look forward to this. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go on a Friday. NFL Combine just days away. And for more on the Combine, for more on the Jets, and for more on Aaron Rodgers and his future post-Jets, we say hello to Paul, Boy Green, Esden, Jr., BG. Thanks for hopping on. I know last week you were busy, Valentine's Day, the whole thing. So I'm just going to assume you did what needed to be done on V-Day.
That's true. I needed a full week to recover. And Jake, thank you for providing me the proper time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss Aaron Rodgers, so I'd be remiss if I didn't start off this show by at least playing this.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Who knows how much longer I'll be able to use that drop because, well, technically still on the Jets. We know Aaron Rodgers will not be on the Jets when the new league year starts. So the Jets will officially, get started on 2025, if you will, next week. Both Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn are going to be speaking to the media on Tuesday. And, I mean, it's somewhat notable considering Robert Saleh last year thought, I guess he was too good for the Combine. He didn't speak to the media. He didn't show up for most of it. So both Glenn, former scout, makes sense, and Muji will speak to the media on Tuesday. Paul, your thoughts?
Refreshing, obviously. So that'll be nice. They're both speaking on the podium on Tuesday, back-to-back at noon and 12:15. Respectively, and there's a lot of decisions that we need to hear on. I don't know if they're going to give us answers, but obviously the fifth-year options thing has been super kind of underspoke about, but Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, their fifth-year options have to be decided by May. It'd be interesting if we get any lean one way or another. A couple years ago, Joe Douglas gave the lean on Quinn and Williams and a couple others at the Combine, so sometimes you get some juicy intel on that. And obviously, beyond the statements we got served about the decision on Aaron Rodgers, so I imagine there's going to be a lot of that too. So I'm excited. That's content, of course, for all of us, for Glenn and Muji to be speaking, and then it's the perfect combination of draft content and free agency content because you're going to start hearing a lot of those rumors heating up. So, yeah, it's an exciting time, Jake. I love the Combine.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's kind of that perfect mix of the college football world and the NFL world coming together. And it's really, as we were just talking about, the unofficial start 2025. You have everyone in the football universe there, and they're planning not just the draft, but also agents are there talking with teams. I know they're not technically supposed to, but we know, that stuff happens all the time. So it'll be interesting to hear what Muji says and what Glenn says, because when they first speak to the media, a lot of their answers are, well, we got to watch the tape. We got to evaluate the roster. We haven't even hired our coaching staff yet. Well, now they have. So it's really the first opportunity in a longer form setting, press conference setting. We get to hear from the coach and GM. They're going to be asked about Rodgers for sure, but you bring up the fifth-year option stuff. Garrett Wilson in particular. Are they going to talk contracts with him? It will be fascinating to see what they say to some of those questions you wisely brought up.
Yeah, and they can't punt, to your point, on the film, roster assessment, coaching, the front office moves that they've already set to make. So it seems like they can't at least use that. Maybe there'll be another way for them to matrix dodge the bullets, but they won't be able to use a lot of the stuff they used a handful of weeks ago when they were both being introduced. So I'm looking forward to the next step here. And another important one is all the in-house Jets free agents that are set to leave. I don't know how many of them are going to be retained. I heard your conversation with Jamin Sherwood a bunch of months ago on ESPN Radio, or weeks ago rather, on ESPN Radio talking to him. So I'm curious, do they make any of those guys a priority? Are they allowing them all to hit the open market and then they're going to be reactive as opposed to proactive in some of those conversations? I think that'll be sort of interesting too, because if they're ditching a lot of those guys, where are we going to go for targets? I think that's important. And then obviously all the moves to come. If Aaron's gone, as it's all going to happen, Devontae, Lazard, all these guys, there's a lot of money to be created for the New York Jets over the coming weeks.
Yeah, 100%. And I do think they should be asked about Sherwood, Morgan Moses. Like, those are two, to me, priority re-signs. I'd bring Morgan Moses back on a one-year deal. I know Connor Hughes said that he's not expected to be back, but, is that coming from the Jets side? Is that coming from Morgan Moses' side? Have they even had any contractual talks? I'd love to bring Morgan back on a one-year deal and draft someone on day 3 that is eventually your starting right tackle, like seemingly all these other good teams in the league are able to do. The Ravens lose Morgan Moses and John Simpson. Didn't affect them. I know some of that's Lamar, but like that's what the good teams do. You draft and develop, and that's what Muji and Glenn, hopefully could accomplish with this new tandem. But Jamie and Sherwood's another guy, right? If you're going to move away from Sherwood, what happens with C.J. Mosley? Quincy Williams is going into the final year of his deal. Does he want a new contract? He certainly has outplayed his contract to this point. He signed the deal and then became a first-team All-Pro. These are the questions that they're going to be asked about on Tuesday, and I'm fascinated by some of the answers.
The Morgan one makes no sense to me. From all conversations Morgan's had publicly, he loves being on the Jets. He never wanted to leave the first time. That wasn't his decision. But once the Jets weren't interested, he had to keep going on with his life. So Morgan sounds like he wants to be here. And why wouldn't the Jets want him back? It's a rare opportunity for continuity for this Jets offensive line. I can't name the last time that the Jets had a starting 5 on one point of the season, and that the next year they are able to bring the same starting 5 back. So that opportunity for me would be great. Again, you don't have to just serve it to Morgan Moses on a silver platter. Draft a guy in the mid-rounds. Allow him to battle it out. If Morgan wins, great. The youngster gets some development. And if he loses out, I think Morgan's going to be an A-plus teammate in the locker room helping him along. Olu has said wonderful things about what Morgan's brought to the team. So that's one that doesn't make sense. Okay, Jamin Sherwood, the money gets crazy. You don't want to go there? Fine. That one, you could sell me on that. Morgan's going to be dirt cheap. He's been dirt cheap every time he's been a free agent since he's left Washington, and he's a great teammate. I would priority is the word you used, 1,000% a priority. I would bring him back. It's going to be cheap, and I think it's going to be an A-plus move for Jet fans that they would really appreciate. Not that that's what the Jets are doing to appease the fans, but that to me makes too much sense not to happen.
If you're watching this live, hit the like button, comments, questions, and super chats. We'll cut the line. We're doing more raffles on this very show. For every gifted membership, you get entered into the Asmaniac raffle. Raffle number 16 is coming your way. We'll do it live next week when I'm at the Combine in Indianapolis. A signed Sauce Gardner jersey, a signed Nick Mangold jersey, a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey, a signed Mark Sanchez helmet, a signed Joe Klecko Hall of Fame inscription helmet. So it's even more valuable than the standard Klecko signature. The reason I picked these 5 items, Boy Green, in honor of the Combine, how about successful New York Jets draft picks? Got to go with it.
Yeah, hey, I love to see those. We haven't seen those often enough. So, hey, man, I love these. Very nice. Good combo platter here.
So if you want in, get the membership or send in a $20 super chat, and that will be your way to enter the raffle. You'll get 5 entries for a $20 super chat. If you're not watching live and you still want to enter, I get that question all the time, people. Most of you don't watch the show live. I get it. So hit that thanks button that you see on the desktop or laptop if you're watching, and you could super chat a comment in, and I will see it. I will acknowledge it, and I'll make sure we get you entered in the raffle. Super chats do cut the line around here, but first, some gifted memberships that are flying off the shelves. Austrian Jet Fan gifted 1 channel membership. ISU gifted 1 channel membership, and South Philly gifted 1 channel membership. That is 3 entries right there into the next Asmaniac raffle. Thank you to all 3 of you for supporting the program. Boom. Super chat from K-Brock, who says, Boy Green, baby, number 2 on the way. Oh, baby number 2 on the way. He's insinuating that you knocked up your wife.
Well, I already got 2 children, so I guess this would be baby number 3. Baby number 2's been delivered. I mean, baby number 2 is
Stop
like,
the count.
Yeah, it's about 4 months old in a couple of weeks. So like, I mean, we're pretty deep on that one. But baby number 3, yeah, you never know. Well, I don't know. What's the formula? Everyone says what's E equals MC squared. What's baby making love happening on a bed? What does that do? I don't know. I'll let you guys figure out the math. Yeah.
Jeremy with a super chat. He says, Jake, I just got out of the military. I can finally grow out my beard. Drop that Copper John promo code. Before I drop the promo code, Jeremy, first off, USA, thank you very much for your service. Second point, Copper John's, promo code Jake20, and they'll take good care of you with the mustache wax, the beard balm, the beard butter, any grooming needs you have. Shout out to Copper John's. Tyson, he's an Asmaniac. He's a Jet fan.
Mm-hmm.
Family business, support Copper John's. They're great. Shout out to Copper Johns. And shout out to you, Jeremy. That's awesome.
Can you share this Copper John code with all the Yankees now? Is there a special code you have there now?
How about it, man? The New York Yankees. Beards are now allowed. Well-groomed beards. I you know what job I want? There's a couple jobs I want.
Determination of that?
Well, yeah, like who determines if it's a well-groomed beard? Like I want the job of like the Yankee employee that's like, hey, Aaron Judge, yeah, it's good, but it's not well-groomed enough. You know, I want to be the director of beard approval for the Yankees, just like I told Gary V on the show at the Super Bowl a few weeks back.
That was great.
I want to be the director of common sense when he owns the Jets.
Yeah, beautiful. 2 great jobs, 2 great gigs. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beastbreaker writes in, hey, Jake, I got my documentary out on YouTube. Would you tune in for a Beastbreaker documentary, Boy Green?
On his life? Yeah, who wouldn't? Yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, there's a lot of things that we just don't know about with Beast that I want to get to the bottom of, you know?
A lot of unanswered questions.
Let's ask him some of those.
Beastbreaker.
Beast? You already fell asleep again.
I'm not even sure what I'm looking at right here. I don't know what body part is where here.
He's in the same position he was in yesterday. He left the TV on.
Is that a chicken wing up there? What's moving?
Oh my God!
Wow. Jeez, good Lord.
No way. His TV is even from the 80s.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. It looks like the Ultimate Warrior there on the ropes. Very nice.
Damn. All right, we'll check back in with you, Beast. Jeez. Thanks for the time. That was interesting.
Quite.
Fire Aaron Glenn is in our raffle. Jesus, already? Look, I get it. We're skeptical. Fire Aaron Glenn, I appreciate the support, but already? You're in the raffle. For one, if you got a membership from him, thank him. Let's get to what Rodgers said now to TMZ yesterday. Here's Aaron Rodgers seemingly leaving the facility that he trains at in the offseason in Southern Cal, being asked some questions about his future.
How you doing, boss? How's off-season going for you at the moment? Nice one, man. You're in the West Coast. The weather's great. Do you see yourself potentially being in the West Coast in the future?
Oh, you're a paparazzi kid?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Any chance of you being in the West Coast in the future?
I'm just enjoying the sunshine right now.
The sunshine's good. And look, last question I want to ask you. When choosing a team, what is something you take into consideration? Like, what factors?
What factors?
Yeah.
If they want you,
They want you. What else? Anything else? Like,
they got a good team.
lovely. Well, look, wish you the best of luck, and best of luck for off-season too, mate.
So have a good day. Enjoy the sun.
Lovely.
That used to be our quarterback, Boy Green. That used to be our quarterback.
Yeah, you saw him at a UFC event when you guys dapped it up. Yeah.
Yep, I did. But now he's not my quarterback anymore. Now he's soon to be a free agent quarterback.
Yeah. It's a shame. I remember all the excitement of the trade and the lonely Super Bowl trophy and the American flag. That's still my desktop background on my computer is the American flag running out. So, I guess I got to change it at some point. But Hall of Famer, all the chutzpah. It's bitterly disappointing how we're going to remember this Aaron Rodgers era, unfortunately.
I did enjoy the line, if they want you. Basically, like when the Jets said, we'll see you later.
What are you looking for in a team? Yeah, if they want you, that's a quality. That's a big characteristic, I think, big trait. Yeah.
We've all have our opinions on whether or not it's the right move or the wrong move for him to go. I'll tell you what, though, I have no ill will towards Aaron Rodgers. Like, I hope he goes out there and plays great. As long as he's not going to like an AFC East team or a team that could directly impact the Jets. Even if he went to Pittsburgh, like, I'd root for him to play well, except when the Jets play the Steelers next year, which by the way, if he does go to Pittsburgh, we'll see him Monday Night Football Week 1. Get ready.
No doubt.
But,
Yeah.
I had no ill will towards the guy. It's a damn shame it played out the way it did. What really bothers me more than anything are the morons in this fan base, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, that try to scapegoat him for everything wrong that's happened with the Jets the last 2 years, as if he's the only issue they've had, when if you're doing a pie chart of why this team was a disaster the last 2 years, most of it had very little to do with his play. In fact, if you actually objectively break it down, if he gave you what he gave you this year on last year's team and unfortunately didn't get hurt, they don't have the longest playoff drought in sports the longest playoff drought in professional sports right now. So really, we'll never know what the Aaron Rodgers era would have been, because I think it all changed the night that he went down 4 plays into the Jets season on September 11th, 2023.
Jake, when I predict it, when Aaron Rodgers goes into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, whenever he decides to retire, and he's 5 years after that, me and you, and I'm sure as Maniacs and Boy Green Coffee Club members everywhere, are going to be at that Don Shula bar we were at, and we're going to be sipping Mai Tais and saying, man, if Aaron doesn't blow that Achilles, we win the Super Bowl. I mean, people are retroactively blaming Rodgers for his Achilles popping and saying, see, that's just Rodgers. That's this and that. To me, I don't blame him for that. And the same as you. When I look back at that era, again, when I'm at that bar for the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, I'm going to look back and remember the good memories and the what could have beens. That's not Aaron Rodgers' fault.
And look, ultimately, well, he was not great this year. No one's saying that. He still, at times, gave you some moments where we haven't seen quarterback play like that in a decade. So let's not forget that either. It's just, it's unfortunate. It's going to be fascinating to see where he ends up. There's some obvious teams that maybe would be interested, but there's no obvious fit. It's not like there's he's definitely going there. I think a lot has to happen around the league to then impact Aaron Rodgers. People connect him to the Rams, well, that's only contingent if they're actually going to move off of Matt Stafford, right? So there's a lot of those type of scenarios that are going to play itself out. Those conversations, by the way, will start at the Combine, next week,
of course,
in regards to where some of these quarterbacks end up.
I think 100% Aaron Rodgers is playing football next year. We'll see if I'm right or wrong or what happens in between. We talked about this when Aaron Rodgers got sent away from Green Bay the first time. There's nothing like Aaron Rodgers with a chip on his shoulder. He's good without any of that crap. But when he has this additional motivation, Aaron Rodgers has proven that he's a bad man. And I think that's what's going to happen when he goes to his next spot.
I want to give some shout-outs here before we get to some of your calls. A huge shout-out to the Patreon crew. If you join the Patreon for the year, by the way, you get 10 raffle entries in the next Asmaniac raffle, but you also get bonus shows. You get your name added to the intro. You get yourself Discord access, and you'll have access to filling out your Asmaniac bracket for Asmaniac Madness before the general public. Our Selection Sunday show is this Sunday around 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be live for the unveiling of the first ever Field of 64 Asmaniac Madness bracket. I want to give a huge shout out to Christopher Weafer, who just signed up for the Patreon party with Peg and Artie, who signed up for the year. Kyle Batar, Matthew Lemke, who signed up for the year. Julian ASW, who signed up for the year. JetFan69, Joe Mike, who upgraded his membership for the full year. Gabe, who signed up for the full year. And Bill Fon, who signed up for the full year. They are our most recent Patreon subscribers, so really appreciate the support of everyone there in the community. You guys make this show possible and make what I do for a living possible, so can't thank you all enough. Super chat here from Julian, who's in the raffle for 5, trying for one of those jerseys, more or less suffering this year. I mean, I am going into it not expecting a great year, so maybe it's a level of suffering that's not as severe, because nothing's worse than this past year when you had expectations for this team to be good and they flat out sucked. That to me is the worst. If you go in expecting them to not be great to begin with, you can't be that shocked if they go out there and they only win 4 or 5 games, Yeah,
that's 100% it. Again, I would imagine less suffering because for me, I don't know how it is for everyone else. I won't project on others. I was expecting a Super Bowl. When you have Aaron Rodgers, you have a chance for a Super Bowl. When you don't do that, obviously they didn't get anywhere close to that. That's absolutely devastating. So the fall from the mountain is a lot further than the fall from the ground. So if we just trip up and we have another crappy year based on we don't even know who the hell the starting quarterback is going to be, that's a different conversation entirely.
Julian, thanks for your super chat. You're in the raffle. Julian won the signed Don Maynard helmet in our most recent Asmaniac raffle this past Monday. Austrian Jet fan making it rain on the Boy Green channel. How about a 5-spot from Austria?
Booyah! Ryan King, NYJ Dave, Papa Jet 73, Lawrence Jansen, NY Jet Superfan. There you go. 5 raffle tickets for our contest. Shout out to Austrian, baby.
What's your grand prize in your raffle so people tune into your show in the morning?
Oh, absolutely. So people could jump on it. We got a signature New York Jets football. It's got Aaron Rodgers, Herbie Hancock on that thing, Quinnen Williams, Quincy Wins, Brees Hall, Sauce Gardner, Nike Salute to Service long sleeve, and a big custom laser engraving package with Boy Green and Jets logos and all this stuff like license plates, commemorative pens, and so much more. So that prospects for one lucky winner, baby, and that'll be announced on March 1st. So raffle tickets are good throughout the rest of February, baby.
There you go. All right, so support Boy Green's channel. Austrian's in for 5 on his. He's got plenty on mine as well. I had to send him a replica Super Bowl III ring to Austria this week, Boy Green.
Oh, wow.
We got
Nice.
Jet fans everywhere, baby. We ship
Beautiful.
international for the Asmaniac raffle. Austrian Jet fan just dropped a 5-spot on my channel. Whoa! Dano, Vinny Ferrero, Lawrence Yan, Sean Cora, Kyle McLeod, Jet fan 051 are now channel members. Austrian Jet fan, you're the man. Thank you so much for your support. We got a super chat here from the great King Lowski, who's up next. BG, what is your solution at quarterback, and is it conducive to winning football? Also, stop running from me on the game. I see you on College Football 25.
That's good. I do enjoy playing college football 25. I'm a big Syracuse guy, so I'll keep an eye out for King Lowski. My solution is my top 2 options are, again, if Matthew Stafford is available. How if you're the Jets, you don't kick the tires? I'm sure Garrett Wilson would love catching passes from Matthew Stafford. And see, would Cooper Kupp jump over too? Like, hey, man, if you want to do the veteran quarterback swing, I'm all for that. But my number 1 is if this guy's open to it, I want Sam Darnold back. I don't give a shit what happened in Week 18. I don't give a shit what happened in the playoffs. I know a lot of people are like, there's Sammy. To me, I'm making the call. It looks like Sam Darnold's going to hit the open market unless there's a surprise franchise tag here from the Vikings. So the Jets are going to have a chance. And I wouldn't just write it off. AG, again, the protection of playmakers Joe Douglas promised Sam Darnold and his parents was a bullshit lie. We've got the protection of playmakers now. We got Garrett Wilson. We got Brees Hall. You heard the Jake Asman intro. We've got Sauce Gardner. We've got Brees Hall. We've got these guys. Jake Asman just said your intro to freaking Sam Darnold. And he's going to be like, oh, yeah, it sounds good to me. So I'm making an aggressive push to bring Sam Darnold back to the gosh darn New York Jets, baby. He's my number 1 option. If you can't do that, I want to jump on the Matthew Stafford train.
You think Sam would actually consider the Jets, though?
I do. Now, he's going to have a lot of offers, so maybe ultimately the Jets don't give him the most attractive of Vegas, Giants, and insert all these teams. But why wouldn't he? The people that lied to him, the people that effed up all this stuff are no longer there anymore. So why wouldn't he consider Garrett Wilson? Bleacher Report ranked the Jets as the number 1 spot for quarterbacks looking to revive their careers. Well, Sam Darnold, come on down, man. Just don't even think about it that it's the New York Jets that effed you before. Let's do it again in a new world, baby. We'll give you a bag of money, and you can what a beautiful story that would be. Start here, all the shit, leave, and then come back and save the day. He's the savior promise, just a little delayed.
I don't know, man. I just feel like he doesn't want anything to do with the media here, the fans. Like, he wants to go to an environment that is better suited for him to be a little more low-key than coming back to the Jets and trying to create that story again.
Well, the thing I think you got to love is when people are cracking jokes. They've done it a lot with Sam in his different places. The NFL Honor Show where Snoop's dropping Jets jokes, and then they're like, okay, technical director behind the scenes, cut the camera to Sam Darnold. Cut the camera to Sam Darnold. And he's not laughing. He's not going, like, the Jets suck. He's not doing any of that. Minnesota interviews, they say, oh, man, the Jets really effed up on you, huh? They suck, huh? They really screwed you. He never piles on the Jets. He says, I'm happy for the opportunity that they drafted me. Again, I hope that he would just have an open mind going into free agency. If the Jets make this compelling pitch, I hope it's something you consider. I think he'd give you the best of all worlds. He's 27, could help you now, could help you in the future, and save the day. I think Sam Darnold would be wonderful back here in New York.
Look, I'm not saying I'm against it. I just don't think he'd want anything to do with ownership here, the city. I just think he's going to want to go somewhere else. Like, it's not like Tanner
But, like, what
Engstrand
place is better? Vegas sucks. What's happening in Tennessee?
Vegas with Chip Kelly, though, is probably intriguing. I think the
guess.
offensive coaching is going to matter for him where he goes, right? If the Rams move off of Stafford, I could see him with McVay, right? He
Oh,
dominated
sure.
in O'Connell's offense. I could see him there.
Yeah, I won't lie. If we're being honest here, if the Rams are like, "Hey, man, come here, you replace Stafford," that's way better than the Jets. I'm not going to lie. That's way better. Puka Nakua, Sean McVay, all the promise, all that would be great. But besides the Rams situation, to me, the Raiders with all their just because they have Chip Kelly and Tom Brady, all of a sudden the Raiders have lipstick on a pig and they're better than they are. Chip Kelly helps, but Tom Brady is like a 5% minority owner. Why all of a sudden do we just look at the Raiders as this, hey, this is this superstar solid franchise now? I don't know. I just don't see it. I think if he looks at the options and the Jets are competitive with the other teams, I think it's something you should strongly consider.
Look, call him, reach out to him. I'd be shocked. I just think, I don't know. I can't picture it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have a hard time picturing Sam Darnold as the Jet quarterback again. And honestly, if you wanted to come back to New York, go sign with the Giants and try and do exactly what you did with Minnesota with Brian Dable.
Yeah, you still got that 14 jersey somewhere in the back, Jake as Maniac's archive. Come on, you want to dust that off and slap it on, Jake?
Look, I will always root for Sam. I respect Sam. I just don't see it. But if he's back, obviously, credit Boy Green. He believed.
Let's go, baby.
Shake and Bake writes in, Jake, when I'm a lawyer in 2 years, I'll make it rain with donations. Shake and Bake, I'm being told, is the next Harvey Specter. So good luck, Shake and Bake. I believe in you.
Yeah.
As far as other QB options for the Jets, Paul, are you in on Justin Fields? Are you a Jameis Winston guy? Are you a Kirk Cousins is our guy kind of guy? Your thoughts on the other mid options? Buffalo Jet fan coined it, choose your mid. That's kind of where we're at as Jet fans right now.
That's funny. I didn't hear that, but that's a good way to put it. I mean, the thing we'd have to get past with Kirk is he dick dragged the Jets on the documentary, made them look like assholes in front of the whole world of the agent conversation. We just got the Jets to 3 years, 90. And he's like, call the Vikings and offer this. Like, it's super messed up. So if Jet fans can forget about that, again, same thing I sort of said about Sam, the people, Mike McCagnon, he's not here anymore. All the people that were involved with that, if you could look past that, then so be it. But I see like June the Jet is saying Kirk the jerk. Like a lot of Jet fans hate Kirk's guts from that, and they're never going to forget that. And if you can't, I totally understand. In terms of the other guys, Justin Fields is sort of interesting. Garrett Wilson must like him. They spent 2 seasons together at Ohio State, and the stats were awesome there for Justin. I'd be intrigued. Again, if you just embrace the Buffalo, select your mid like we're picking a street fighter, pick your fighter, choose your fighter. We have to accept that all of them are not great. So knowing that from the get-go, now we start playing in the sandbox. Justin Fields would be sort of interesting. He's a young guy. I didn't love what I saw in Chicago with all the turnovers, but Pittsburgh seemed to be able to crack the whip and put him in a much better position. He was 4-2 as a starter. He had 5 rushing touchdowns, 5 or 6 touchdown passes with 1 pick. He was refined. His completion percentage was the best it's ever been at 65%. You're telling me you're not willing to take a 1-year shot on him when all the options stink? I'd be very for Justin Fields. If you really just want to go nuclear, turn the Jake Asman hat backward and let's go. Jameis Winston would be awesome. Vertical shots to Garrett Wilson to be thrown it all over the barnyard. He might be lighting all kinds of Jets records on fire with all the talent that's on this Jets team. He'd be throwing dumbass interceptions left and right, but there'd be a lot of touchdowns too, and I think that'd be fun in a season like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the Jets sign Jameis Winston, I'm hoping that we could be the exclusive home of his weekly interviews talking about the Jets.
Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Yeah. Jets, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston.
He's on board. He's ready.
Was that a thumbs up? Can you? What was the hand motion there from Jameis when he asked him that?
It was a head nod and for sure. Like I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's in. That seems pretty official, Jake. Let's get pen to paper.
Done deal. Shake and bake. Boom. I know I said 2 years, but I couldn't wait. Is there a chance we go Warren at 7 and at 42 take Milrow? Might not be popular, but we saw how good Bowers is. All right. Well, let's address part 1 of this super chat here, Boy Green. Tight end at 7. Last year we had the Brock Bowers debate. This year, Tyler Warren is a projected first-round guy, top 15 pick. Jeremiah has him mocked to the Jets in his first 2 mocks that he's put out for NFL.com so far. How would you feel if draft night, April 24th, the New York Jets select Penn State tight end Tyler Warren with the 7th overall pick?
Yeah, you and Buffalo, I think, talked, if I have the right episode right, you guys talked about this on that second Jeremiah mock. There weren't a lot of picks that were the same, but one of them that was, quote-unquote, doubled down by DJ was Tyler Warren to the Jets. He also talked about that during his conference call this week when he was speaking with the media for like 3 hours answering questions. He talked about Tyler Warren to the Jets and this fit that he likes with his ability as a blocker and also in the passing game. I heard the comps. Trevor Sickman had this on the Rich Eisen show. He comped, I think, Tyler Warren to Dallas Clark. Like, I don't know, man. I would love Tyler Warren. We have nothing in the tight end room. Tyler Conklin's a free agent. Kenny Yeboah is a free agent. Zach Kuntz a free agent. The only guy who's there is Jeremy Ruckert, and Jeremy Ruckert sucks. I mean, he is god-awful. Every single time he's gotten a chance, we're all supposed to root for him because he's this big Jets fan when he was a kid, but I don't give a shit about the sob story or any of that anymore. We just need a tight end, man, and our tight ends suck. So if Tyler Warren can be half the player everyone says he is with the versatility and everything else, let's insert a weapon at the tight end position. And it seems like, again, we're making all these guesses on what Lion system is coming over here. But if it's anything close to Detroit, they utilize Sam Laporta in crazy ways. Does Tanner Engstrand have a similar thing? Steve Hyden, who's our offensive line coach, a former tight ends coach, so obviously he knows how important the tight end position is over there. So I would love to add a guy like Tyler Warren. How could you be upset at that for the Jets? They have so many needs all across the board. Tyler Warren would be a nasty playmaker for the Jets.
Look, I'm not as against it. I'd prefer it in a trade back, but I'd rather take Tyler Warren than reach for McMillan if they don't think he's like a game-changing wide receiver. Like if McMillan's projected to be a good wide receiver, but they think Warren could be a great tight end, I think you got to actually make the pick and go tight end in that scenario. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Now, as far as Jalen Milroe goes, 42 seems too high to take him just based on his projection. He, to me, is more of like a third-round guy at the earliest, but I don't hate the idea of going quarterback with pick 42 if there's someone they like.
100%. Yeah, we'll put it in that light. The way you said it, I think is good. Again, you talked about this with Trevor Sickman down at the Super Bowl about all the Jackson Dart stuff, the Dart reports, the Dart files that are out there. About
Dart
whether
dudes, have they invaded your chat as well?
Yeah, they have not yet. So, no, I've not gotten any of the Dart dudes, but I guess feel free to send them my way, I guess, and we'll have those conversations, I suppose. But, whoever the Jets quarterback is, they need a guy. And same sort of thing. So if they love Milroe, if you don't want to get too cute, there's a 50-pick gap, Jake, between their second-round pick and their third-round pick because they traded their third to the Raiders and they got the Lions search. The next time they pick up their 42 is 92. That's a 50-pick gap. If you don't want to get cute and lose out on a quarterback you love, then F it. Pull the trigger at 42 and let's roll. So, yeah, I would absolutely. I'd love if they love a quarterback, then just pull the trigger and let's go. Whether it's Milroe, whether it's McCord, whether it's this guy, that guy, I'm 100% invested in getting a passer that they believe in. And Milroe seems to have all the tools, but it seems like the processing is a little bit slow for him. So I prefer him at 92. But if the Jets love him, you got to trust the staff.
Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. Reminder, if you want Asmaniac merch, jakeasman.com/shop, jakeasman.com/shop. Patreon members, we've gotten a bunch of you lately. Reminder, with your membership, 20% off. Use the discount code that's on the dashboard for the Patreon if you want to take advantage and get yourself some Asmaniac merch. We added a bunch of AGHC stuff, so check that out if you are interested. We're talking with Boy Green. Yes, sir. What?
I missed it on the teddy bear. That would have been a great combo to the Valentine's Day gift. I didn't notice the Jake Asman teddy bear option.
Yeah.
Son of a damn! Wow,
very fluffy as well. We had a lot of people.
Look at that cute little bastard. So Jesus, I should have been on the jakeasman.com/shop. Well,
speaking of cute little bastards,
Breaker 666 $50 will send his ass to the hole where there's no gabagool.
He's still sleeping. Never mind.
That's a lot of back hair, by the way, on that Beast Breaker montage video there. A lot of back hair.
We'll check back in with Beast in a bit. Let's get to more of your calls.
Beast Breaker.
Let's say hello to Kyle Clifton, who's first today. What's up, Kyle?
What's up, fellas?
It's Friday.
Yeah,
Kyle Clifton's enjoying a nice
Yeah.
little glass of wine.
Oh, yeah. So, you know who would be thrilled with our pick of Tyler Warren at 7? Esden zone. He might get on board with the '90s model of the Cowboys. We'd have our own Emmett playmaker and Novacek going on here.
I like that pull. Very nice.
So, I think that short little throwaway interview with TMZ is pretty telling. Obviously, he wanted to stay. Like there's no other way to read that. And, he's smart enough. He's been around enough to know you can't kind of bite the heads off of TMZ when you're in your grill. It's not his favorite thing to do. He was a little bit more cordial towards them than he was towards Shefty, who sent a kind of innocuous text. Mm-hmm. But it's really telling that he still seems like he might be a little bit bitter about being let go.
I would be.
Yeah. I kind of dismissed that Post article out of hand.
I did too. Yeah.
But now that I see that, I'm like, well, I don't know if he was begging, but it seemed like he thought in his own mind that he was coming back.
I thought Ian O'Connor had the best breakdown on it because he knows Rodgers as well as anyone and people close to him. What did he say? Ian was like, I don't think Rodgers was on his knees begging to stay with the Jets, but I think he probably made his case that, hey, I could be a part of fixing this and being a part of helping you, integrate your culture in year one and trying to win. I do. That
seems more real than begging and pleading, right? Because the Post article read like he was on his hands and knees, please, please don't. And I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, I think the truth is always somewhere in between.
Yeah, agreed. Jake, and I noticed that I was in the intro for the Asmaniac Madness for one of them, the Hard Rock one. My wife was less than impressed. So we're going to see if we can win her over during the selection show.
I think you got a chance, Kyle. I think it's going to me, you're an interesting case study for this because it's like, do people want the crazy callers to go far in the tournament, or do they want the people that are big time contributors to the show, always are on topic, make great points, loyal, like you support the channel? Like we never done this, so I don't know what the audience is going to want, but I think you're deserving of not only being in this tournament, but going far in the tournament.
I think that this tournament's going to have something for everybody. I appreciate your time, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Kyle Clifton, and he just referenced the intro for Asmaniac Madness he's in. Here it is.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show walk. Who's the king?
That gator sure is something, man. Wow.
That's good.
Now, that's only one of our intros. We also have the one that the great Jim Nance was nice enough to voice.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Jim Nance, God bless. Wow.
It's happening. Hello, friends. Yeah. And then Tony Romo was too expensive to get. He was like, I don't know, Jim. I'm like, I don't want that, Tony. I'm good. Let's say hello to a guy who potentially could go far in this tournament, maybe win the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is the czar of butter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac. Yeah, ladies, you can do my music.
Happy Friday, fellas. Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. The lettuce is looking good.
Yeah, it is looking good. It's looking good. I was listening. Who ranked the Jets as the best destination for quarterbacks?
Brad Gagnon of Bleacher Report.
I mean, I thought, I heard that, that's ridiculous. But then I thought about where he could possibly go. And, it might be true. It might be the best option for a quarterback. There's not a lot of good options out there. I'm not saying it's a good option. It just might be the best one.
Yeah.
I was with Jake. I thought the idea of getting Darnold was like a fairy tale. Like Darnold's not coming here. He's gonna have better options, and he's not coming back here. But then, when you really weigh where he could go, I mean, there aren't two. The Giants are not a better option. The Saints, and I think the Saints are just going to stick with Spencer Rattler. They seem to be in love with them, so I don't think that's enough. Where are the options?
That's what I'm saying.
Las Vegas,
so more people need to jump on this. Come on.
Yeah, I'm with it. Let's, Jake. if we got Darnold, you would be happy with that, right?
Yes, but can I tell you what I've heard though? I've heard Sam has no interest in coming back. All right, he has no interest in coming back. I've heard that. I've spoken with guys on the beat who have told me that like Sam left. He wanted nothing to do with the Jets anymore. I just don't think he wants everything that comes with being the Jet quarterback again. He found success elsewhere. I don't think he wants to come back here. I think even if the Jets offered him the most money, he would take less to go somewhere else. That's how strongly I believe he wouldn't be a Jet.
I was going to say, if the money is all the same, and it was the Jets, the Giants, and the Titans,
I think the Jets would come in third there. I really do.
Okay. All right.
Man.
I mean,
based on what I know, I think it's true. I think Sam Darnold and his family do not want to be back in the Jet hoopla again. I'm not saying that they like hate the Jets or they hate Woody. I just don't think they want to. Like, if they have options, they're not choosing the Jets, is my point. And I think Sam's going to have options.
I like Darnold. I liked him when he was here. I wanted him to play out his contract here. So if he's gone, it's all the Zach Wilson lovers who wanted them to draft a quarterback at 2 no matter what that are to blame. I would have been fine letting him play out his contract. I wouldn't have extended him to the 5th-year option, but I would have been fine letting him play out that contract. So it's not on me. If he's not back, it's not on me. The other thing is, if you guys had to bet right now, who would you bet starts at quarterback week 1 next season? Paul, you want to? Jake?
I mean, I'm sure if Vegas had a line right now, obviously it would be Tyrod Taylor. But if I had to throw my money on it, I don't think it's going to be Tyrod. I think it'll be like a Justin Fields. Again, I want Sam Darnold, but Jake just said it's not going to happen. So I guess Justin Fields.
I'm going to say Kirk Cousins because that'd be the most Jet-like thing ever. To sign Cousins and try and sell us on, well, he costs nothing, and then Rodgers goes elsewhere and obviously plays well. Like, that's me thinking, what would the Jets do? That would be very Jet-like.
The other question, just entertain the question. I know you don't think Darnold's coming in, and that's fine. Could we really make a competitive offer to him financially, knowing that we got the Rodgers cap hit? We're going to have another $8 million cap hit. There's a lot of cap hits in Devontae Adams. There's a lot of cap hits. Could we realistically make Darnold an offer like other teams could?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because with minimal, I say, relatively speaking, I'm not the one making the moves, but with just very basic moves, the Jets are all of a sudden $50+ million in cap space. So even if you were restricted in cap space, you could have Sam Darnold's base salary be a lot lower in the first season and change it all up. He gets his money when he gets his money, but it's all the cap gymnastics of when he played. So either way, I think he can make it an incredibly competitive offer. I think he's going to get somewhere between. I think he's going to get a multi-year deal, like 3 years, 4 years. For in between 35 to 45 million per year. I think he's going to get really good money because he's the best option out there.
And that was the other thing is if the Jets got him, this wouldn't be a 1-year gap fill. This would be a multi-year. This would be your short-term and long-term answer because he's still 27. He's still young.
27. He's 27. That's what I mean. I think it's a perfect answer for present and future. If you look at all the options, this is the clear answer at quarterback for the Jets. Now, as Jake has mentioned in his conversations, it doesn't sound likely based on other things, but you put all that aside, the best option for the Jets is the present and future with Sam Darnold.
So let's just put it out there in the ethos. Let's every day, Darnold, make Sam Darnold a Jet. Make Sam Darnold a Jet. It was Mike and the Mad Dog that got Mike Piazza in Queens. What? No one else was talking about that. They pushed it every day, and he got traded to Florida, and a week later he got traded to Miami now, but he got traded to the Marlins, and then a week later he got traded to the Mets. So every day, Sam Darnold to the Jets. This is going to happen.
See? Jake, jump on it, man.
Come on, Jake, get on
it. I'm not against it. I just would be shocked if it happened. Shocked. Honestly, I really would be. Based on what I've heard. I could be dead wrong. I hope I am. If they sign Darnold, great. I think that'd be fun, and I'm in, but I don't see it. Now, we do have to address this from Party with Peg and Artie. Shout out to Peg and Artie for the support. Gary, don't let Beast and Charles show you up. We want to see you advance. You have to fart on air at some point. Gary, are you prepared to fart on the air if it means advancing in Asmaniac Madness next month?
Yeah, Gary, can you fart on command? Is that possible?
First, I can't fart on command.
I see. Okay.
If I could, that'd be a cool trick. I maybe Charles can. It seems like he can. I don't know. No, I can't fart on demand. And no, I'm not going to prostitute myself out. I'm not going to fart on air for votes.
Now, Gary,
I would do it just for the humor in it, but not for votes.
You've been a part of some wild moments in this show's history. Yesterday, though, as you were sitting there watching this on hold, what was your reaction?
You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say, you know?
Well, don't worry. I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day.
Holy shit.
I don't.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that is. I don't. When you went to radio school, you went to college. Is this what you think you'd be doing with your talent, Jake?
No, I did not think I would be entertaining farts on the air from some guy named Beastbreaker 666 as part of my job.
It's crazy. You are. It's a crazy, crazy world out there. You never know where it's going to take you.
Now, let me ask you this, Gary. Have you rethought your Rachel Ray take from yesterday's show?
No, because you guys don't understand the assignment. Like, you guys, I want a girl who's a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Who cares? Anything more than a 7 is just showing off. It doesn't matter. Like, a 7 is good. That's fine. I need to have a 10 out of 10. For what? It all feels the same at the end of the day.
Sure,
you guys don't understand the assignment. Like, Rachel Ray will make your life better. She will have a meal cooked for you in 30 minutes and a delicious meal. So while you guys have some supermodel and you're taking your Hot Pocket out of the microwave and trying not to burn your lip on the pepperoni that never cools down, I have a full course meal, and that girl is plenty good looking enough. Like, who cares? She's good looking enough. It's not like she's going to embarrass you at a corporate dinner. She's attractive.
Shurzy says, I've been watching your shows on replay, and I laughed so hard yesterday afternoon watching this. Yesterday's second show was one of the top 5 funniest shows in the history of this program.
Wow.
Let me ask you, because you seem like a man of reason, Boy Green.
Sure.
What you have 2 choices. A girl who's a 7, she's good looking, not a complaint. I mean, she's not perfect. She's a 7. She's attractive. She cooks you a meal every day, delicious meal. You say, baby, I'm on my way home. You hang up the phone. By the time you get out of traffic, pull in your garage, walk in your front door, a delicious meal is ready. That's option 1. Option 2 is a 10 who's a pain in the ass and doesn't cook. What are you taking?
I'm taking the 7 all day, baby.
Hey, you guys don't understand the assignment.
Come on now. Yeah.
So they're all
7 all day.
Thank you. See, makes your life better. The 10 is just a 10. Like it's like having a car that they can't leave the driveway. Like I have a Bugatti, but I'm not allowed to take it out of the driveway. It's like, well, what good does it do you? The 10 is just like, okay, it's great to show, but that's it.
Why did Jake pick the 10?
No, it wasn't Jake. It was the rest of the crew.
Okay.
It was Purple Belt Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Dude, that take is crazy. Why can't you have a 10 that also can cook good food?
Can she? Because she's a 10.
I have a 10 that can cook real good food.
If you're a literal 10, here's your life as a 10.
No,
you wake up at 11. No, if you have a
10.
chick who's a literal 10, here's her life as a 10. She wakes up at noon. She gets a text message. Hey, gorgeous, let me take you out to brunch. What are you doing? Then she goes to brunch, and then she gets another text message at 2 in the afternoon. Hey, gorgeous, let me take you out to lunch. What time are you going to the gym? I'll pick you up. Hey, gorgeous, let me take. That happens one day.
I think you're living in fantasy land. Not every single
That's
10
the life of
is a bimbo.
Not a talking girl.
10 is a bimbo.
I didn't say she was a bimbo. Every single 10 is going to be hit on from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed. Now, if that was you, right? If that was you, if you were being hit on, and girls would say, come on over, my Purple Belt Mike. I'm going to cook you dinner, Purple, every day in, day out, for years. After a while, wouldn't you become a pretty spoiled, entitled, crappy person?
So my wife doesn't cook for me every single day. We split it. Like, she'll do 5 days and I'll do 2.
I'm not talking about your wife. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you had supermodels calling you every day to spoil you and take you out and do all these things for you, and that was every day, day in, day out, you would become an entitled, spoiled person. You would be. That's the life of a 10.
I wouldn't want that either way.
But for a girl who's a legitimate 10 out of 10, that's her life. That's her reality.
I think you're living in fantasy land, man.
You don't think 10?
For you to say that your dream girl is Rachel Ray so she can cook you food every day is crazy, dude. I don't
Why
know
is
why
that
you don't do that.
crazy? Why
Because
is that crazy?
look, if your dream is to have Rachel Ray because she meets every single box, then that's all you. But if it's the only box she's checking is that she cooks good food, and that's your dream, is crazy.
I haven't seen her in a while. And from the picture they showed, okay, Rachel Ray circa 2010. Is she attractive enough? Is she good looking?
Honestly, I don't even know what she looks like from
She's
2010.
good.
I can't
She's
even
cute.
remember.
She's an average looking girl who's cute. She's probably a 6.5. She's all right. She's fine.
Like,
She's good
look,
looking.
if people want to have like whatever, I don't whatever. But talking about like a dream girl scenario, especially when you're mentioning tits and ass, and then you totally get rid of that and then go to cooking. I mean, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah, I took the T over the A. You took the A over the T. No problem. That we can disagree on that all day. That is a gentleman's debate. It doesn't matter. Both are great. You got to pick one. I took the T. You took the A. No problem with that. I'm taking the cook over the T or the A. 100%.
My question to
100%.
you, my question to you is, why can't you have the cook with the T and the A?
Calm your freaky down.
Because the girls that you were picking, Robbie Margot. Have you ever seen her cook a meal? Have you ever seen her cook a meal from scratch in 30 minutes? You haven't seen it. I know what I'm getting in my chick. She can cook a delicious meal in 30 minutes, minus commercials. Start to finish. Bang. I get home. Remember 30-minute meals? It was a great show.
I never watched the Rachel Ray show. So
You never watched? This is probably 20 years ago. Rachel Ray had 30-minute meals. She cook a whole delicious
20
meal.
years ago, I was 14 years old.
You didn't watch TV when you were 14 years old?
I didn't watch Rachel Ray when I was 14 years old.
She cooked it up. I did. She cooked it up.
All right, so now we established that cooking a nice meal, rocking that grill is a turn on for you, which, all right, it's good. But, you get the get a nice some bacon and eggs, and, you're right on. All right, it's good. Gets you going.
I just think you guys misunderstand the assignment. Like,
dude, if you're talking about that, then you might as well go after Oprah, because Oprah can check every box. She's got $1 billion. She's got the best cooks in the world. Like that, you're talking about a different thing here.
I don't care about her money, right? I'm a guy. I have no access to her money anyway. She could have 100. She could be Oprah. She could be a billionaire. I have no access. Her money is her money. What was that?
Rachel Ray is rich too.
But that's not why I'm picking her, right? I don't have. See, when a guy makes money, it opens doors for her because his money becomes her money. When a girl has money, her money is her money. You don't have access to it. Like, that's the reality of the matter. Like, no girl, like, here's my point. Britney Spears marries a backup dancer. They're divorced in 6 weeks. Matt Damon marries a bottle server. 20 years later, they're happily married. When a guy makes money, it opens up doors for him. When a girl makes money, it closes doors for her. When a guy makes money, he says, great, now I can take care of my wife. When a girl gets money, she goes, no, I don't need a man. It's a reality.
Yeah, you gotta read some of these comments. A woman's money is never your money. Yeah,
never.
That's true.
Her money is her money. Your money is her money. Her money is definitely her money.
Jets. This is not the Food Network. Oh shit. Yeah, for real. Like, dude, I still look. If 2010 Rachel Ray is your dream girl, good for you, man. But the assignment we were talking about, not you were talking about a dream wife, not a dream fantasy girlfriend. That's the whole point. Oh shit. It's funny.
Guys, she is built like SpongeBob. She looks like an Amazon. She's not aged great. I was thinking.
What does Boy Green say about this? Boy Green
said he would take the 7 who cooks every day, who cooks a delicious meal every day.
100%. If I'm getting, as Gary said,
no. Boy Green.
What?
The question was,
okay.
So to Charles, who is your dream girl? That was the question. And then Gary said the T or the A, and then he said Rachel Ray. That's what
Oh
happened.
wow, that's how it evolved. No, Dream
that's
Girl,
how it
man. Give
evolved.
me Angelina Jolie, man. Yeah.
Okay. See? So
You're
so
taking
he
the 10.
is
Well, I don't even
understanding the
think it's a
question.
10, but that's fine. Angelina Jolie is going to do what for you? She's going to be a trophy,
Hopefully-
right? That's all she is. She doesn't better
Play
your
the
life in
sound
any
there.
way.
I hope she can cook too. I don't know.
That you she can't. The life of a 10 doesn't. Like, do you guys understand the life of
What
a 10?
about Megan
It's not-
Fox? What is she doing? Is that
She ain't cooking you a meal.
Oh,
She-
oh wow. Wait, this is what Rachel Ray looks like
She
today?
does that?
Jeez.
Yeah, she has that age. She has
Oh
not
God.
aged
I used to
gracefully.
love Rachel Ray in 2010, but oh
Yeah,
my,
so
this is-
2010.
too much
Can we
salt
get
in the
a, can we
cooking.
get a
Yeah, can we get a
2010
2010
Rachel Ray? That's
Yeah,
more
boy.
what I was. Yeah, I'm showing my age here.
Wow.
I
God,
said
she's not
another-
aged well at all. Oh my God.
Another good
Some
one
moldy
was,
piece of cheese.
was
Jesus.
Aaron Hernandez's ex-chick, his
Oh,
fiance
yes.
or wife. She stood by it. That is the most loyal chick in the world. She's like, your husband or fiance, whatever they were, murdered your sister's boyfriend. I'm gonna stick by my guy. Bang. That's a chick you need to get. It doesn't matter what you do. She's standing by you. That's a chick you need to get. So number 1, Rachel Ray. Number 2, Aaron Hernandez's ex-chick. Those are the 2 chicks you need to get.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with Rachel Ray looking like Joe Tippmann too. Oh my God, maybe she needs to sign up for the offensive line. She can play right tackle.
Whatever. Enjoy your hot pockets. I'm eating like a king.
I got nowhere to go on that one.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
This tournament is going to be out of control. Imagine when Gary
God.
calls in when he's facing someone and he gets a chance to try and campaign for why he should advance.
So Jake, what's the rules for this? So how is it? So you have your selection Sunday coming up, and then is it going to be like the tournament each week? How are you cutting it down? How's it all working?
Boy Green, I'm glad you asked. It is exactly like an office pool that you're in for NCAA March Madness. There's a website I have. I'll send you the link off air. We
please
actually
do.
finalized the bracket this afternoon, so it is done.
Oh, great.
Done. It
Okay.
is all set. You go in there. You make your picks. We have seeded
Yep.
64 Asmaniacs.
Yep.
1 through 64, NCAA tournament style. 4 1 seeds, 4 2 seeds, so on and so forth. Fill out your bracket. If you're right, you're the most accurate predictor. You get the most points like you would in a March Madness pool. You win the grand prize, which I'm still working on what that is going to be. It's going to be something epic like jet tickets to a game. We'll do second place prize, third place prize.
Cool.
But it's just like a March Madness tournament, right? You get a point for a round 1 correct pick. It increases as you go. And the determination of who wins is based on the chat on YouTube. I will run a poll during that day's show, and that poll result will determine who advances in the matchup.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So right now the poll is Rachel Ray your dream girl like Gary? 77% say no. 23% say yes. If this was Asmaniac Madness and it was Jake versus Boy Green, who should advance in Asmaniac Madness? Whoever had more votes at the end of the show is moving on.
Wow. Okay, cool. Can't wait.
And it's going to be wild, and it's going to be insane.
This is a great idea, Jake. I don't know who came up with it, but terrific. Great.
Now, if you don't know the you don't know the answer because I haven't sent you the bracket yet. If you were guessing, though, Boy Green, who the 4-1 seeds would be, because you consume the show, you know the audience.
Yeah.
A lot of them watch your show. Who would you say would be your 4 number 1 seeds in Asmaniac Madness?
Wow. 4 number 1 seeds. Let me see. And we'll see how many I get right. Oh, you haven't revealed any of this publicly, Jake. This final bracket, right?
And I'm not revealing it now, but I'm just throwing it out
even now.
there.
So I won't know. So I'm just putting it. It's like I'm doing my mock draft here. Okay, let's go. And let me ask you this. Ask a question to it. Are there any upsets? Or is this this is pretty obvious, do you believe, on the number 1 seeds that you've seen?
I wouldn't say it's obvious. There's a couple that I think are obvious, but as the committee debated the 4th 1 seed, it was really tough. I think the first 3 came pretty easy for the committee, But they were really, and mind you, I had no input on this. I just sat there and just
Yeah, I was
listened.
about to say, who's involved in the committee? Who's
The
on this
committee
committee?
is made up of Boomtown, Tom
Okay.
Ace, Nick Shine, Rich, Gator, and Sham.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's a compelling group. I will go. Oh my God. Kansas City couch murder guy.
Chiefs fan, okay.
Yeah,
Strong
Chiefs
pick.
fan. Yeah, Chiefs fan. Chiefs fan.
Yep.
I'd love
Kansas
to put
City
him.
couch murder guy. Yep.
Yeah. As a nickname, he's involved there. So let's go with a number 1 seed there. Man, there's some polarizing names that I have that I'm not sure how they hit. They're either going to be fascinating 8-9s or, they're going to get more love for the insane. I guess Beastbreaker. How is he not? He has had such a seismic climb up.
Now, it's based on the last calendar year. Beastbreaker is great,
Okay.
but he only started calling the show in December. I'm not saying he's not a 1 seed. He certainly was a big discussion point of the committee where to slot him. But I'm just saying, take into account as you're considering this to the last year of shows.
Okay, so it's almost like I just saw this from Joe Caparosa earlier. He didn't put Brandon Marshall in his top 10 Jets receivers of all time, but I would put him there because he had the greatest single-season Jet year of all time. 109 catches, 1,502 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Even though he's only here for like a year and a half, to me, and the great interview you had with him down at the Super Bowl, he's 100% in the top 10. How is he not in the top 10? The supernova of that run was so great that I think it supersedes longevity. But so we'll have to see the consideration for that in the Asmaniac.
So you think Beast is a 1. So you got Chiefs fan, you got Beastbreaker. I need 2 more picks.
Okay, let's go. Oh my God. Let me make sure. Charles. I'm going to put Charles in there. I'm going to put Charles
Gorman.
Yeah.
Charles is a great pick. Great pick with Gorman.
Okay.
And
now I've got the guy in my head. He sang with his wife on air with us, a couple of Jake Asman shows.
Robert C?
Yes.
Robert C is a great pick. I don't know how many people are talking about Robert C.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know how he's received among fans, but when he's on, he doesn't call my show often. I don't know if he's ever called it. Maybe he's called it a long time ago, but in Jake Asman shows I've seen, he doesn't call often, but when he does, it's awesome. So there's like a high quality. It might not be quantity, but it's quality. So I'd have to put him there as another number 1.
Robert C is great because he just is electric every time. But his first call really set the tone for what was about to be months of epicness.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone with the greatest camera quality you will ever see. Robert C is up next. Hello, Robert.
So I try to pull up your channel on YouTube. What the Jets need to do is win.
Robert, thank you for the call. I don't know if that's your camera, if you're hanging out with Weed the People, if you're in a sauna, but that was great.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. So another, an honorable mention is David T. I Cam. How is he not on there too? So man, obviously there's so many choices, which adds to the intrigue of Sunday. So I can't wait for Sunday. I'm so fired up now.
Oh, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, Selection Sunday. Asmaniac Madness.
V-Man. That's another good one. I'm seeing the comments say, how did I forget about V-Man? Obviously, he's in there too. Man, there's just so many big names. So many big names.
I could tell you there were over 100 callers that had to be wheedled down to 64 slots.
Oh, my goodness. So, I guess there's a lot of disappointed Asmaniacs that are sitting on the outside looking in.
They don't know it yet, but unfortunately, the committee couldn't keep everyone in.
Is there like an NIT bracket? Do you have like a follow-up for the people that didn't make it in? The consolation
We had enough
prize?
to do an NIT, which is insane. Insane.
It's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to spoil things, but I think people will be happy with where this guy will be seated. Robert C. has called in. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Jake. I wanted to say something. Like, if it's different with the tournament, if you made a list and ranked everyone 1 through 64, you would get a different result. It's because of the matchups is what changes everything. So who would win? Like, if you do a matchup by matchup contest, it would be like a different result than if you had everybody rank it 1 to 64 and then average it.
Yeah,
So
Jake,
what
did
do
you
think of
consider
that?
matchups here?
The committee took into account, pairing certain people on certain sides of the bracket
okay.
for potential
Interesting.
matchups. But You know, if you're deserving of getting in, you got in. You know, like the matchups are the matchups,
I
sure,
see.
but like, did you make the tournament? How's it going, Robert?
Fine.
What's on the
I
agenda
don't see
this
you,
weekend?
Jake.
I don't see you either. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's on the agenda this weekend?
Nothing much. There's not really nothing much going on in sports right now.
Listen, everybody leave.
Except college basketball and hockey coming back in basketball.
Did you watch the hockey game last night?
No, I missed it. They lost. What did they lost 3-2?
They lost in overtime. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could have all the callers take the list of 64 and then have everybody, write down, put everybody in order 1 through 64. And if you did that, an average have a different winner than if you did a matchup by matchup.
Hey, Robert, Gary wants you to do some singing.
Does he have? I mean, I don't know every song, and it's almost like I have to have the lyrics out in front of me. What song does he like?
Give us give us whatever you're humming in the shower these days. What do you got for us? Anything on your mind?
Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. Okay, that's I lost it there.
That was incredible. Robert,
that was great.
You're the man.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? You get to pick the one who makes the show rock.
I mean, Robert C is doing damage in this tournament.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to it, Jake. Off air, you could tell me how close I was, I guess, on the ones or not close at all. I'll be curious to see.
Paul, I will send you the full bracket, and you can go on the website and make your picks and submit it.
Oh, man. Awesome.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I mean, this is legit. This is an actual website. Everyone could fill out their own Asmaniac bracket, and we're going to do a matchup per show in March. Most shows in March. There's a few shows in March where I got like a wedding on March 9th. I'm the best man in, and I'm doing some traveling. But you guys know Monday through Friday, I typically do 2 shows a day, so there'll be 2 matchups per day as we go from the field of 64 to one Asmaniac that cuts down the nets.
What's the schedule? I don't know the math on that. So how far does this go out, Jake?
We're starting March 1, and we'll hopefully time it up where we end our national championship show is the same night of the national championship in the actual March Madness tournament.
Oh, wow. So early April. Okay.
It's all happening, Boy Green. Get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. Papa Jet is on the line. What's up, Papa Jet? What a beard.
You got me?
We got you.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Well, first, I'd just like to commend you guys for your shows. Watch them every day and kind of makes this cold-ass winter be a little more bearable. So I appreciate it. As far as, I don't know, the last few weeks or so, I've been seeing stuff in the chat with 26 being the year of the quarterback and tanking and stuff. I just don't get it. Because the last 10 years, we had a number 2 pick and a number 3 pick, and where'd that get us, And as far as the history on the Jets, as far as drafting quarterbacks, where are they? Namath. Me personally, I did like Ken O'Brien. I see he takes some flaks on the forum there, but I like Ken O'Brien. I was a teenager then, and he had some great games, so I have no problem.
Kenny O, baby.
Look, yeah. Papa Jet, until you find the quarterback, though, you got to keep taking swings,
No, you do.
Look how long the Bills went from Jim Kelly to finally hitting on Josh Allen. Like, you got to just...
J.P. Losman, Trent Edwards. Oh, yeah.
You got to try.
Well, exactly. My point was I didn't want to tank for him, but I was going to say, and pardon the pun, but it seems throughout history we throw a dart, and I think we should throw darts. Plural.
Are you a dart dude?
Well, because like, say we drafted Darnold, and it's like we got our franchise quarterback, and then it don't work out, and 3 or 4 years goes by, you're starting from scratch again. Same thing with Wilson. So I say if they draft a quarterback this year, I'm saying next year draft another quarterback. It don't have to be in the first. It don't have to be in the first, second round, but keep throwing darts till one of them sticks, because it's
Take
like
a quarterback every year.
50 years of shit, you know. You might as well say. So I say just keep drafting quarterbacks till one sticks. You know.
I agree. I don't think that's a bad strategy. I mean, if they take someone on day 2 this year, that wouldn't preclude them from doing it again next year in the first round.
I hope not.
If you're betting on it, ultimately that's what's going to happen. Like if you're placing it, like that'd be the strong guess that they go first round quarterback in 2026 rather than, kick the can again after 2 years on the job. I don't see that.
Right. I mean, if we are drafting top 5 in 26, okay, go ahead and draft your quarterback, but next year, pick one in the 4th or 5th round. Just keep throwing darts until we find somebody.
And to be honest, even if you find someone, I would throw more darts, because it's we're going to have too many quarterbacks. That sounds like a good first world problem to me. So keep taking them every year.
Right. I mean, if anything, you're going to get a good backup. And if not, if they do good in the preseason, you could flip it maybe for a 3rd rounder or something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take today. It's just, I mean, even Todd, I liked Richard Todd, but
sure.
Really, you had Namath, Todd, O'Brien, Sanchez, and Pennington.
Vinny,
Unfortunately,
Vinny.
He got cut a little short, But other than that, I mean, we've been drafting crap,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
And the year that really is really a knife in the back is when they wanted to, I think it was Bradway at the time, wanted to
Terry
trade
Bradway.
up. Wanted to get up and get Favre, and I think Atlanta took him, and we took Brownie Nagel. So
just goes to show you, yeah.
Hey, Papa Jet, Stan writes in that he'd love for you to go to Tampa and apply to the Yankees to test the limits of their new Yankee facial hair policy.
I like that because it's well groomed. Yeah, some good shape.
Very Duck
well,
Dynasty,
Jake, you're the new guy that judges it, so you tell us, Jake.
Yeah, I think it's tremendous, Papa Jet. I love the beard, man. You look great.
Yeah, good girth here.
You know what? I appreciate it, but I probably had in the last couple years 200 compliments. Everyone's from a guy. Had no compliments from a woman yet. So,
congratulations.
But hey, a compliment's a compliment.
Amen. Papa Jet, great call, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support of the show. I'll tell you what. I'm sure some of the 4%ers out there love a little Papa Jet beard. All right, where are the 4%ers at in the chat? Give some love.
Hopefully the 4%ers are also well represented in the Asmaniac bracket, man.
They are. It was
excellent.
It was tough to kind of narrow it down too. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvelous gifted 5 memberships earlier during the madness of that Gary call with PBM, and I didn't get to it then because I got lost in the shuffle. But Marvelous, you're in the raffle for 5.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
If you got a membership from Marvelous, thank them. Here's what you can win if you win the next raffle next week. Sauce Gardner signed jersey. Nick Mangold signed jersey. Jermaine Johnson signed jersey. Mark Sanchez signed helmet. Joe Klecko signed helmet. Those are the prizes. Gift away to be entered, or send in a $20 super chat, and we'll get you down for 5, just like Marvelous. Ryan writes in, is there any way you could run that Robert C. song back? That just made my night. Great show, Jake and Paul. Have a great weekend, boys. Jets. Ryan, you're the man. I'm sure Gator's already in the lab working on something fun.
That's probably true.
With Robert C. Kyle writes in with a super chat on your channel. Anna de Armas forever. Take the F on the assignment. That in regards to the Rachel Ray discussion earlier in the program.
Yes. Wow, that was heated.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. He has awoken from his slumber, but will his internet be functioning?
Breaker 666. He's the man who would kick your ass, and then he'd gobble goo.
Beast.
Oh, he's on mute. Oh, there he is. Whoa.
Die! You son of a bitch! Die! Greg, you're dead! You're dead! You're dead!
Beast, what are you so mad about?
Wow.
Beast?
It's moving so fast, it was like a Dragon Ball Z fight scene.
Beast is getting ready for his next fight, but there's no one to fight. We're all good.
Well, the Asmaniac challenge, the bracket. Got to get ready for that. Pumped up.
You don't need to fight anyone for that. You just need votes.
Well, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Beast?
He's in a fight with the mute button. I don't know who's winning.
Yeah,
Looks like mute button.
Mute button's definitely dominating. It's honestly
Well, is
kind
that
of
a
fun to
mullet?
watch him on mute.
Yeah, look at that
Yeah.
hair going on back there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a DBZ montage right now, like Goku's
Very
in the
much so.
hyperbolic time chamber, Beast is in the attic.
Yeah, jump it up.
Beast, go Super Saiyan.
Oh, great. We could do the sound effects for him while he's doing this. Nice.
Beast, how are you?
Oh, he's sucking wind now. Oh, boy. Well, what the hell?
Give us your home run swing. Well, I don't know if Boy Green has seen it.
I have not. Okay. Yeah.
Here we go.
Down to the wine.
The big gabagool.
Downstairs.
The plate.
Bye. See you later.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what time it is? A beach breaker. 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he got
What a moment in time, huh?
Wow. That was aggressive.
What a swing. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. Tommy's on the line. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, what's up, Jake? Boy Green, how are you, brother?
Look at that Hall of Fame jersey. Nice, brother.
Curtis Martin, baby.
Love that.
Love it.
If I go this way. Curtis Martin, baby.
2-8.
I don't know what I just walked into because I don't know what that last call was all about. But
Me neither.
you guys,
None of us do.
you guys are two of the top people that I listen to every day, and you guys are awesome. I love your dad, Boy Green, and I
Oh,
love your
thanks.
dad, Jake. Even though he don't come on too much, I met him at that first rally we went to. But back to some football. Hold on. How do I get my my face in this camera?
You're good, Tommy. We hear you. You can make your point.
Okay. At pick number 7, okay, I don't feel like we should move up. I feel like it's a huge risk going for Cam Ward or Shadale Sanders, whatever his name is.
Shador. Yep.
Shador Sanders. I don't like where we're at. I think we should have kept Aaron Rodgers. I don't trust Aaron Glenn. He's a first-time coach. We have a first-time play caller and our offensive coordinator. I'm not confident in this team. Where we should go is like you were saying. I guess we got to get a Bridgewater quarterback and Jameis Winston, Justin Fields. Even if you bring in a guy from the Giants, whatever his name is, I don't know. Like, I'm just not happy about where we're at. And people are telling me that our line is so good. We're one piece away from an awesome offensive line. When, if you looked at the tape, our offensive line got pushed back every single time Breece Hall tried to run the ball. Then when they put Braylon Allen in, he at least got 1 or 2, 3 yards of carry. He at least did that. Breece Hall's, this is my problem with Breece Hall. He's a 220 pounds. They say last night in the chat he's 219. Okay, that's when he's not eating. He's 225 pounds. He needs to run north and south. He waits for the hole to develop with a line that's not effective enough for him to just sit back for one. He's not 185 pounds.
Well, Tommy, I think
He's
a
not-
big issue they had running the ball was the coaching. The run game coordinator and the O-line coach were the same person, and I think that was a big problem.
Yeah, that's what Rich
That's what
Samini said about scheme. Yeah.
That's what everybody is saying. It's coaching. A running back, when you hit that elite level, you run north and south, and you don't lose yards.
You don't think Brees is a really good player, though? Okay, so maybe he's not the best running back in the league like we thought maybe he was on his way to being. I guess we'll find out this year. You don't think Brees is still a really good player?
I mean, I think that he's good, but I don't think that he is using his potential in the NFL. Like, I think that he is you run north and south, you get at least 2 yards, 3 yards.
Maybe that changes this year, though, Tommy. He gets better coaching. Maybe he does more of what you're saying because they coach him to do that. Have we thought of that?
How does coach teach a running back that's been playing for 20 years? He's been playing since Pop Warner, right? So he's what?
How is Brees
3?
not as good this year as he was last year coming off the ACL injury, right? Like, these things happen. So let's hope he's better.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking you. Why wasn't he as good as he was? You're telling me it's just.
I think that's a lot of it, Tommy. I don't think you should underrate how bad the Jets' offensive scheme was, how bad they were coaching from an O-line perspective. Go watch my interview with Brian Baldinger talking about Keith Carter and how bad it was running the football.
But I will say part of it, to your point, Tommy, I think part of it is obviously Brees didn't seize the moment. Before the year, Jeremy Fowler ranked him as the #1 running back under the age of 25, and the second best running back in football, not named Christian McCaffrey, and he didn't seize the day. So I think part of it's run scheme and all this other stuff. Part of it's Brees not stepping up to the plate and having a bad year. People have bad years. I think
He also was banged up too. Yeah.
Yes, right.
They never threw him the ball. Like, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and I just don't understand why. I guess it's coaching, but at the same time, like, if you
That
know
is coaching. How many times did you see a design throw to Brees Hall? They should use him how the Niners use McCaffrey. I thought that's what we were going to get. I'm at training camp practices all summer. Brees is lining up outside. Other than the Titans game where Rodgers threw that touchdown to him on a great throw and catch by Brees, did we see that again at any other point? No.
Never. And that's what I'm saying. The Jets don't utilize, like,
That's coaching.
Malachi Corley.
Yeah.
You got him as the Yak King. Why didn't you even try to play him for a 15-yard out? Like, why didn't you do that? Like, because to me, he's a bust. But other Jet fans are going to say it's coaching. Like, why don't the Jets
Well,
ever...
we don't know what he is yet. You know, Tommy? They drafted a guy at the beginning of the 3rd round, and ultimately he barely played. Like, that's a bad job by the front office and coaching staff not being on the same page. Like, hopefully this new regime could find guys on day 2 and day 3 at the skill position spots. You know, I talked about this a lot this week. Every first-round pick Douglas made on offense besides, what, Zach Wilson? I had Becton too. But, like, for the most part, like, they weren't awful in the first round drafting guys on offense. You get after the first round, and you look at the offensive players they've drafted. Other than Brees, who was a second-round pick, and Tippmann, but they were high second-round picks in the top 45, you have Malachi Corley, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims. Like, we go down the list, Jeremy Rucker, Max Mitchell. Like, they were so bad
Elijah
at drafting.
Moore, Max Mitchell, Carter Warren, right? Yeah.
Like the skill players, especially, they were brutal at. So, like, coaching and the front office got to be on the same page. Like, if you take Corley, who, to Tommy's point, and he's right, is the Yak King, is supposed to do all this, and then they have no plan for the guy when he gets there, that's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I think Brees does shoulder some of the blame. I think some of it seemed like he was dealing with an injury all year that he wasn't talking about that compromised him a little bit later in the season. And him, again, as well as not seizing all the hubbub that was happening for Brees. But obviously it's not over. He's got another year left in his contract, and I think the Jets are going to, he's going to get a chance to bet on himself.
Boomtown says, hit the like button, everyone. Yes, listen to one of our committee members. Smash the like button. There's still over 340 of you in here live watching this show. Some more calls before we start to wrap it all up. Still accepting super chats and raffle entries. Joe Klecko signed helmet. Sanchez signed helmet. Jermaine jersey signed. Mango jersey signed. And Sauce jersey signed are this week's raffle prizes for Asmaniac raffle number 16. Let's say hello to Joe the Jet. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Jake. How you guys doing?
Joe.
Good to see you, Joe.
I'm doing all right. You guys are doing all right? All right. I just
All
want
right,
to talk
all right,
about...
all right.
Matthew.
But I really want to talk about trade composition to go up to number one. I know it's going to take a lot. It's probably going to take a couple first-round picks. Have you ever thought of maybe a player to replace one of those picks at all? Because maybe that's probably what's going to take.
I'm trying to think of who that player would be because it'd be Tennessee. They've got the Tony Pollard combination down there. So unless it's Brees, but how much they value Brees and how much does that make up for it? Because I think you're at least giving up 7. That's a pick swap. You're giving up a 2025 1, and then we're building it out from there.
Can you trade Devontae at all, or does he have like a no trade clause in his contract?
He basically has a no trade clause because he gets to choose whether or not he works with the Jets. So wherever Devontae would go, he gets to renegotiate his contract with the new team. And he would say, like, why am I helping out the Jets to go to Tennessee if I don't want to go there? So, no, it doesn't seem like he's very tradable.
Oh, okay. So I was like thinking, what player, if they're willing to trade up for a Cam Ward, what player are they willing to move off from? I hope it's not Garrett, because let's be honest, I want to avoid what the Panthers did a couple years back when they traded DJ Moore to the Bears and when they drafted Bryce Young, and Bryce Young had no one to throw it to. So if they're going to trade a player for the number one pick, I really don't know who that player would be without getting us pissed off a little bit.
Here's it's great hair. Here's a random guy, Quincy Williams. And I'm not saying I'd love to do it. I like Quincy a lot. He's an all-pro, but he's entering the last year's deal. That's the kind of guy that you throw in there. But again, I don't know how that overcompensates whatever value is also going over their picks, but he would be a guy that makes sense.
Yeah, honestly. But, well, here's the hoping that we get the guy this year or we get the guy next year. But honestly, I don't know. But here's hoping for a good season.
Joe, who do you like in Asmaniac Madness?
Who do I like in Asmaniac Madness? I'm going to go with good old Bobby Midnight, old reliable.
Going with an OG. Love
yeah,
it.
There you go.
He's the number one seed in my eyes. So.
Oh, I overlooked him. Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe the Jet weighing in. Bobby's polarizing now. If this was 6 months ago, I think Bobby has a great chance of winning. But he's become quite the star, man. A little diva, that Bobby Midnight.
Yeah. Hey, you created it, Jake, with this superstar show you have.
I created a monster, is what I did.
Yep.
Speaking of monsters. Beast? He's sleeping again.
Beast.
Beast, wake up. Nope. Not there.
No Beast.
All right. A few more calls. Mm-hmm. June, the GM, is on the line. Hey, June. June?
MIA.
June, you there?
What?
Cooking a little dinner. A little pork cake. How you doing there, June? How you doing, kid? How you doing, kid?
This is the first time I'm with you.
Hey, we're just doing a little action. We're gonna that little potato action go. We're gonna make some fries and we're gonna do some pulled pork tonight.
What you cooking, man?
Hey, cooking some fries and we're gonna make some pulled pork. Pulled pork sandwiches. Yeah, we're gonna do a little.
Okay,
we're gonna go.
A little green
we're
peppers
gonna
and
get.
onions.
No,
How
I
about
can't
some-
have that stuff.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
watch
Okay.
this.
All right.
You,
what
you,
put
you
in-
know, you screw it. Now I got a little hot sauce on there. Got a little bit of teriyaki Worcestershire, a little bit of that apple cider vinegar. Give it that nice little, boom.
Sounds good to me.
You know what I say about these draft picks? We better get our asses in gear because if I see some bad draft picks, they're going to be some mean old hell races top to bottom.
I know, Beast Breaker. I
And
know.
I'm one of those.
Problem. We don't know how Moogie's gonna draft in Glenn. We don't know nothing. All we know is that they let go of Rodgers. That's all we know. We don't know nothing.
That was I was gonna bitch. I was gonna bitch at Woody and tell him, "You dumb bastard! You have no idea what you just did. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. You need to go to a nursing home. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing."
Woody's getting older. But you know, if we get rid of Woody, we're gonna have to deal with Brick, his son. Brick might be worse than Woody.
Well, if he wants to get rough with fire, hey, get it in the ring, get your gloves on, and let's box some men. I can go 10, I can go 15. Power of dog.
What a moment in time that was, huh?
Oh man! Wow.
What
That
if
was
June has
historic.
any idea that any of that just happened? He was so
I don't
confused.
think he was so confused. He's like, "Damn it!" Like it looked like something was off because of the show, and he's like typing up, and then all of a sudden, I think it sort of hits him. But yeah, I maybe not. I don't know. Wow,
Man,
Unbelievable.
June, if you actually have a point you want to make to us, not Beastbreaker, feel free. We'll bring you back on.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jake, yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Paul.
No. Jake, I just wanted to say thanks for having me on the show. It was a lot of fun, as always. Again, I can't wait for the Asmaniac bracket on Sunday. It's going to be awesome. But man, I want to thank everybody. Man, what a show! What a show!
I'm gonna send you the link. All right.
Hey, please do, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boy Green checking in. Love it. Good stuff from Paul there. A few calls left, and then we'll close it out. Appreciate Paul hopping on. June is back. Hey, June.
Hey, Jake, you gotta warn me, man. Somebody was knocking on the door. I come back. I said, "Am I live at Beast?" I said, "What's going on here?"
I went to you. There was no one there, and then I was like, I don't think he knows he's on the air. And then the Beast woke you up.
No, because somebody was knocking on my door, and I had to run and get it. But thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. So I've been I've been trying to, we keep hearing the same quarterbacks being mentioned. We don't got to repeat them. If it's not the top two, you got Dart mixed in there. You got the Milrose and people like that. But I've been trying to watch a lot of podcasts from different networks just to see if there's any new names being thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Boy Green were like this. A lot of people are talking about the kid from Syracuse, McCord. But there's also a new name that has risen from the darkness. And I want to know if you know a little bit about him. I saw some tape of him. He looks good, Jake. But everybody looks good in college. The quarterback from Louisville, Tyler Shaw, I guess they pronounce his name.
It's actually, I think it's Shuck.
Shuck? Okay, yeah, crazy name.
Yeah. It's a weird pronunciation for how it's spelled.
6'5", 225. His game reminds me, and I'm not saying he's the next one, but kind of Roethlisberger type size and arm strength, can throw in cold weather. I really like what I saw. Several different people are saying, be careful, watch him. He can sneak into the third or fourth round. What you think about the kid?
Yeah, I haven't watched him enough to have a strong opinion. I know Todd McShay likes him a lot. He actually thinks he might be better than Jackson Dart and would put him as the third quarterback in this class. So I know he's high on him. I was listening to his podcast breakdown the other day. He's dealt with 3 season-ending injuries, though, in his career.
Yeah, that's the problem,
So
yes.
that's part of his story. That's why he's played in college for so long. But, I mean, look, he's got the prototypical size, the arm strength. Like, you see it. I don't know where he's going to go in the draft. He's probably a day 2, day 3 guy. But if you told me they took a chance on him and he was their developmental quarterback pick, I'd be encouraged. I'd be fine with that.
That's what I like because remember Penix had the same issues, a lot of injuries in college, but obviously he was a first round talent. But that's what I thought about this kid. I said, man, 6'5", 225, prototypical, well, beyond prototypical because 6'5", 225 is a huge man. It won't hurt 4th round, 5th round if he's hanging around there because of his injury history. Pick him up and see what happens. Put him on the bench, let him learn for a year or two.
I agree. I don't hate it, but we'll see. We'll see if the Jets scouting department, if they value him the way some others do. You know, that's really what it comes down to when you talk about these developmental QBs.
And I was also diving into a little bit of the free agency pool. And I'm mad because my notes are not here. I had a whole bunch of freaking exciting notes for us. But I'll get it on the next show. But I do have some information on some sneaky free agents. They ain't going to be worth a lot of money that I think we can plug in. One of them is a defensive tackle from the Eagles. The Eagles, young, 25 years old. He was putting all that pressure on Mahomes in the Super Bowl. The name's not hitting me because, like I said, I've been gathering all this information lately. But keep an eye on him. 25 years old, defensive tackle from the Eagles. He was the game wrecker in the Super Bowl. He's a free agent. Nobody's talking about him.
They need help. I'm in. Sign me up for that. We'll do more free agent targets next week once we get a better idea in Indy who some of the guys.
You're going down to Indy, right?
Yep. 100%.
Oh, I look forward to the information you're going to have, man. Good luck out there, man. Get busy. You did great in the Super Bowl coverage. I can't wait to hear what you're going to have going on over there in Indy. Have fun, man.
June, I appreciate it. All the love. June and Beastbreaker, the cameo that we didn't know was going to happen to, but guess what? It happened. Tremendous. Hit the like button. Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. Jack says, Jake, run the 40. I'm good. I see a comment here from Big Cho says, I can't find the link to join the show. Big Cho, I'll post it for you again, but it's the pinned comment. So there you go. We're starting to wrap up here, so last chance to get on. Let's say hi to Stan from Westport. What's up, Stan?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Jake. You had a great show today. It was really entertaining and informative. June is a good GM, man. He really does the dive into some of the players you don't really pay much attention to. And the free agents, that's a valuable tool, to really know those folks. So that's good. I was going to talk about the defense, which has kind of been overlooked with everybody chasing these quarterbacks. To me, I got to think Aaron Glenn is going to do a real thorough top to bottom assessment of the roster because obviously being a defensive guy, he's going to have to assess. Look, we all thought, right, for the last couple of years that the Jets D was the strong point and the vaunted D was supposed to be one of the best and turned out to be very, very substandard last year, right, which was responsible for some losses, and it just was a train wreck. And especially with the coaching void, Salah gone, all of that sort of thing. So I think what he'll have to do, and you and I talked about this over the course of the year, he's got to really figure out who's strong because we got beat on the line. If you think about it, it was overwhelming, the difference between the offensive lines and how we were able to handle the line of scrimmage. I mean, we got overrun just about all the time.
They were dominated against the run. It was terrible.
It's smaller, less strong, weaker physically. It was just rough. And the other thing about it is that means that your corners, especially, obviously the safeties, but the corners, they have to play. I mean, Sauce cannot just be a cover guy. He's got to, you got to have guys that can make tackles on those edges too. So it's going to be a real challenge for Glenn. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't think he's going to mess around. I think he's going to get right to it. And to June's point about free agents, you may see some pretty significant roster changes before it's all said and done for the year. So we'll see.
100%. Yeah, 100%. We'll see. I mean, it's truly like an unknown. Like with Douglas, you kind of had a feel for some of the guys that he'd be interested in based on previous transactions, but it's brand new GM. So, I mean, we start to get a better idea next week when they're asked a lot of these kind of questions on what the plan is, philosophy, who they currently have under contract or who's a free agent they want to bring back.
All of that. And Jake, there's other thing about him personally, Aaron Glenn, obviously outperformed when he came into the league, outperformed for his size. He was a really great player, especially at his size. So he's going to demand that guys step up physically because he did. He was able to to perform at a really high level, being, let's say, a little bit more diminutive than most of his peers. So there's going to be no excuses as far as being physical and playing tough defense with him, because he's done it and he knows what it takes.
Stan, great points. Excellent call. He's right. Yeah, look, Aaron Glenn is a no-nonsense guy. You know, people are like, oh, he's a former player. He's going to be a player's coach. Hey, that's not what he's supposed to be. He's going to be a disciplinarian, but I think guys will play for him. There's mutual respect there. We'll see. I mean, obviously, no, the one thing I'll say for those who didn't want Glenn, you can't say he's not qualified to be the coach. It's just you don't know if it's going to translate from DC to being the head coach. My preference was someone with previous head coaching experience. It was never, oh, Aaron Glenn's not the right guy. He's definitely the right guy. It's just a matter of does it work? Does it translate? We'll find out. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Can what we have seen from Aaron Glenn as an assistant and obviously as a great player, does it now translate to him being a head coach? Today's Jake Asman Show is presented by BetUS. We got NBA basketball back tonight. OG Anunoby is back for the Knicks. Thank God they need him against the Cavs, and then Boston on Sunday, especially with no Josh Hart right now. You could sign up today with BetUS and receive a 150% sign-up bonus. So bet on any sport at any time. UFC, boxing, when the NHL returns now that the Four Nations Cup is over. Check it out. 150% sign-up bonus. BetUS should be your destination for betting. And take advantage of a 125% bonus when you make deposits for the second and third time. Start playing today with BetUS. Last chance to get in here. Comments, questions, your super chats will cut the line. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Let's see who's left on the line. Trisnick is next. Hello, Trisnick.
Hello, Jake.
Hello, Trisnick.
My name is Nick, and I'm a huge Jets fan. How about you?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big Jets fan, Trisnick.
I went to a few games last year, and I got Jamie and Sherwood's signature.
That's a great signature.
Yeah. Did you go to the Jets training camp last year?
I went to a couple of them. Yeah, it was great to see all the players signing autographs for kids like you.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah. What do you think about re-signing Jamie and Sherwood?
I hope they do, especially now that I know that he signed an autograph for you. I mean, they have to bring him back, right?
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing this weekend, Trisnick? Anything fun?
I'm gonna whoop my dad's ass in Madden.
Yeah. I love that. Well, Trisnick, you have a great weekend, all right?
You too.
Hey, Jake, how you doing? I just want to let you know, me and my boys, we do a weekly commute from Jersey to PA, and we always have you on the trip. So they always look forward to what you guys have to say. And
oh God, some of the things that have been talked about on this show, man. Not only is family appropriate for young kids.
Well, you know, they're huge Jets fans, so they put up with everything, and they appreciate you and your channel.
I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and that's awesome. That means a lot.
All right, man. Take care.
You got it. We're losing a little bit with the internet at the end there, but that's an awesome call. Leon Trisnick just signed up to write for Jets X Factor. That's awesome. Great call there. Leany says, such a cutie. Now, it was his name. He said his name was Nick, right? Did we get what Dad's name was? So the name was Trisnick. So was it Tristan and Nick? I'm guessing. I don't know. They combined. Is that? Someone help me out there if I missed it. Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap, we have to check in with this guy. Big Cho is on the line. What's up, Big Cho?
What's up, Jake? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Cho. How are you?
Doing well. Just got done running an errand and did a quick DoorDash. Wanted to get back before your show ended so I could talk to you.
Little DoorDash?
Yeah, I do it on the side, a little side hustle.
I love it. What's been the popular DoorDash order you've dealt with lately?
Usually it's Mexican.
Love it.
Got got a little place up here on the corner called El Amigo. That's pretty popular. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Very nice. You got to get that sauce from B-Dubs.
Oh yeah. Hey, I wanted to tell you we won our game last night.
Attaboy, Big Cho.
So we got a 1-game winning streak. It was a nail biter, 83-80.
Wow.
So we got to get this win tomorrow. They're below us in the conference, so we should win, but it's at their place, so we'll have to see. We're playing Mars Hill. For all those that forgot, I'm at Catawba College.
Let's go, Big Cho. Let's
Hey,
go.
going to the Jets, how much cap space do we have?
It's going to depend on how they specifically decide to handle a couple of their guys, like C.J. Mosley. Is he a June 1st designation? What they officially decide to do with Rodgers, whether they split it up over 2 or take it all in one. But they're going to have anywhere from 60 to 75 million, roughly.
And that puts you up there with the top teams with the money situation, doesn't it?
They have money, yeah. They'll be like in the top 10 in cap space when it's all said and done.
Okay. Now, if you were the GM at number 7, who you going with? I know you said you didn't really want to do a quarterback unless those 2 guys fell to you.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you like at number 7?
There's a couple guys I'm intrigued by. Mason Graham, if he's there, fix the defensive line, put him next to Quinnen. If one of these edge rushers are worthy of a top 7 pick, I don't think Carter's going to make it there, but there's some other guys in this draft that I'm interested in watching this week and hearing more about. And then I also wouldn't be against a receiver there. This team desperately needs to get another receiver next to Garrett Wilson. So if they like Tet McMillan, I think he's worthy of a top 7 pick, I'd take him. So those are some of the guys I'm looking at. To me, it's D-line, potentially a receiver. I'm open to Warren if they think he's worthy of it. I'm not going to say no.
Okay,
that's kind of where I'm starting.
The tight end from Penn State.
Yep, Tyler Warren.
Okay. So if we did that, then hopefully we could get a quarterback in the later rounds.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback at 7. So I think their plan is to probably draft someone on day 2 or day 3.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I don't think we should pick a quarterback at 7 unless one of those 2 guys fall to us.
100%. I agree.
So definitely that. There was one other thing I was going to ask you, but it's slipping my mind. I guess I'm getting old.
Who do you like in Asmaniac Madness, Big Cho?
I like Coach Cho.
Coach Cho. You like yourself?
I like myself, man. I'm a sleeper, baby.
I like it.
It's going to be fun, though.
I'm excited, Big Cho.
Yeah, I'm real excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. You got a lot of good callers. A lot of good callers. They're loyal, and that's how I'm going to try to be. You know I just started about a month ago, but I'm going to be loyal to you, brother.
Big Cho, I appreciate it, man. You have a great weekend. Good luck with the game tomorrow, all right? Bring us home a win.
I definitely will. I'll let you know how we did probably on Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Cho Jet.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hell yeah, Big Cho. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this show, let's check in with a man who knows a thing or two about delivering when the pressure is on. Beast, give us the update from the kitchen.
Well, we're cooking fries tonight, a little bit of pulled pork, but $75 million? Are you serious? $75 million. Wow. So we could take the $9 billion that I thought of, we could add the $75 million to it and go get some talent. And that means big boy talent. That means no more little sissy caca. It's time to get men. Time to get the big boys. And we need a new kicker. Greg Zuerlein, bye-bye. You're not worth the effort. Carlson, you were great. Unfortunately, you don't have the leg. You're chump change. We need a man. I'm talking good guys. I'm talking guys like a Cristiano Ronaldo, a David Beckham, Michael Owen, Wayne Rooney kind of kicks. I want guys like that. soccer guys, something that we can get over the line, not this off the bar. Do we have a video of Greg hitting the bar? Him going doink. It's like. I know that look, and Jake, you know that look that I just did. That you dummy, you couldn't kick a field goal to save your life. Are you serious? Come on, high school kids could do better than you.
You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say.
Well, don't worry, I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day.
Holy shit!
What a moment, Beast. Enjoy your meal. That's the show, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to Boy Green for joining us. Thunderlips wants to know if Beast is giving birth. I don't think he was. I could be wrong, though. I've been wrong many times. I thought the Jets were going to be good this year. So, you never know. Anyway, thank you again for your support. We're back tomorrow. I got a great guest joining us to preview the Combine. Dom C in the house. Talk some Jets draft and prospects and whatever else will come up. Selection Sunday is this Sunday for Asmaniac Madness. Get ready, folks. It's going to be the greatest tournament ever put together in the history of tournaments. Not since tournaments at the Roman Coliseum has there been a tournament this hyped. That's how far back we're going. We got a request the other day on the show to play Gator's first ever call into this program. So, we take you into the weekend with a moment that changed the Asmaniac universe forever.
Let's go to Gator. He's up next on our program now. Gator, you're on the Jake Asman Show. What's going on?
I can't take it anymore, Jake. You got to talk me off the ledge, man. Look, I took a Funko Pop, and I adjusted them, and I put a Jets thing on there of Aaron Rodgers. I'm losing my mind, man. I can't take it anymore. Got to sign the guy. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass out, though.
He's got the jersey and everything. Should I stick around, Gator, or are you just going to chill out there on the floor?
I don't know, man. I try to get up if I can, but it might be too late. Look,
call the day right here.
I bought this thing, right? I bought this jersey. I did it all. I never bought a non-Jet jersey in my life.
Guys, what's the point of buying the Packer jersey if he's about to be a Jet?
I bought it years ago. He's the only non-Jet jersey I've ever bought in my life. This is the only non-Yankee or Jet player Funko Pop I ever bought in my life. I just like the guy. I always did. And when the Jets get eliminated, like in week 2 every year, I need a team to root for. And I've always rooted for the Green Bay Packers. But now this is going to happen. I pass out again.
Gator, thank you for the call. Call back anytime. Hopefully next time you call Rodgers is a Jet. That would have been my favorite call ever. That was tremendous. That Danny says, dude is like Brad Pitt from 12 Monkeys. I think we're all kind of Gator right now, man. Gator, call back anytime, man. That was tremendous. Barney's up next on our Gustbuster Outline. Good luck following that one up, Barney. What's going on?
What happened at the end there? Did he just like...
Yeah, I think he just fainted, and now he's in the darkness.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.